Urban Oasis Garden Centre, the Virgin Gardener, is brought to you by Urban Oasis Garden Centre. Gardening Coach, locally grown plants, nursery and gallery. Online at urbanoasisgardening.net.
What great thing would you attempt if you knew you could not fail? To me, growing your own food is a pretty great thing, so why don't we all do it?
There's a big fear of that, am I doing it right, when people learn how to garden.
Today, my garden coach, Sandra Scarrow, has brought us to the Victoria Compost Centre. She wants you to know there's lots of help out there for those of us who desire to be self-sufficient.
It's a great resource. It's a lovely place to come for an afternoon. It's beautiful here. There's beautiful gardens. A community garden as well, so you can see what other home gardeners are doing. And this site lends itself to imagine what your own backyard could look like. Everything's simple.
Yeah, I think it really rounds us out as humans to get our hands in the soil.
The Compost Centre is a non-profit funded in part by the CRD and the City of Victoria. It offers educational programs for children and workshops for aspiring organic gardeners.
We run a free workshop series on all kinds of composting, and then a paid workshop series on organic gardening and preserving your harvest.
Not only is composting food scraps great for your garden, it's also great for your planet.
It's just a really great way to kind of lighten the load on the landfill. What happens with organic waste in a landfill system is it gets packed down underneath layers and layers of garbage, and it starts to decompose anaerobically, so without air. When that happens, it releases methane gas, which is way more powerful than carbon dioxide. So landfills are actually they're a leading contributor to climate change and the greenhouse gas effect.
Compost is vitally important to a garden. It's how things grow, it's how the world works. If you have healthy soil, you have healthy plants. If you have healthy plants, you don't have a big insect problem. You get a great bounty.
Lots of people are really stressed out and anxious about doing the wrong thing, or am I doing this right, and what do I have to do now? And I think it can feel really complicated if you're trying to self-teach. There's other initiatives around town that are also very accessible in terms of price and that entry-level education around just giving you a really great foundation from which to build.
So with all the help that's available, chances of becoming a successful gardener are pretty darn good. The only way you could fail is not to try. For the Virgin Gardener, I'm Dan Kahan. See you next time.
Urban Oasis Garden Centre, the Virgin Gardener, is brought to you by Urban Oasis Garden Centre. Gardening Coach, locally grown plants, nursery and gallery. Online at urbanoasisgardening.net.